My husband handed me a garbage bag at the front door. "Pack light," he said. "Vanessa's moving in tonight." Behind him, I saw her, the woman from his office Christmas party. She smiled. My kids were crying in the living room. "Mommy, what's happening?" Emma grabbed my leg. Mike didn't look at her. "You're dead weight, Sarah. I'm done carrying you." He turned to Vanessa. She kissed him, right there, in front of me, in front of our children. That was 3 months ago. But let me back up. 6 months before that day, everything was normal. Mike came home at 6. We had dinner together, he played with the kids, then things shifted. Small things first. He started showering twice a day, new cologne, his phone face down on the counter. "Work stuff," he'd say when I asked. Late nights became normal. Weekends disappeared. "Big project," he explained. I believed him. I always believed him. One night I grabbed his phone by mistake. It lit up. "Can't wait for tomorrow night, baby." The message was from someone named V. My stomach dropped. I confronted him. "It's Vince from accounting," he said. "We're grabbing drinks." He was so calm, so sure. I felt crazy for even asking. The lies got bigger. He started sleeping in the guest room. "You snore," he claimed. I didn't snore. He stopped touching me, stopped talking to me. I became invisible in my own house. Emma noticed. "Why is Daddy mad at you?" she asked one morning. I didn't have an answer. Then came that day. I'd taken the kids to my mom's for the afternoon. We came home early. Emma forgot her stuffed rabbit. I opened the door. Suitcases lined the hallway. My clothes, the kids' toys, everything packed in garbage bags. Mike stood there with her. Vanessa. She was younger than me, prettier. She wore a tight black dress. Her hand was on his chest. "What is this?" I asked. "This is your exit," Mike said. "Vanessa and I are together now. This is her house." "Our house," I corrected. "We bought this together." He laughed. "Check the deed. It's in my name. You contributed nothing. You haven't worked in 9 years. Vanessa stepped forward. "Sarah, right? Mike's told me so much about you. This must be hard." Her voice dripped with fake sympathy. "But you have to understand. He needs a partner, not a dependent." Emma started crying harder. Noah clutched his toy car. He was only 5. He didn't understand. Mike knelt down. For a second, I thought he'd comfort them. "Kids, you're going to stay with Grandma for a while. Mommy needs to figure things out." "What about us?" I asked. "Where are we supposed to go?" "That's your problem now," he said. He pulled out his wallet, handed me $200. "This should cover a week somewhere. After that, you're on your own." I couldn't move, couldn't think. Vanessa walked past me. She started rearranging photos on the mantel, removing pictures of me, replacing them with photos of her and Mike. They already had photos together, dozens of them. This had been planned for months. "You have 10 minutes, Mike said. "Take what you can carry." I grabbed the garbage bags. My hands were shaking. Emma helped me carry one to the car. "Mommy, are we leaving Daddy?" she asked. I couldn't answer. Noah was sobbing in his car seat. I drove to a motel on Highway 9. The cheapest one I could find, $50 a night. That gave me 4 nights. Then what? The room smelled like cigarettes and mold. One bed, stained carpet. Emma and Noah sat on the bed. They looked so small, so scared. "Is this our new home?" Noah asked. I lied and said yes. I ordered pizza. We ate in silence. That night I laid between them. They fell asleep. I didn't. I did the math in my head. $200 minus the motel minus food. I had maybe $80 left. No job, no recent work experience, no references. I'd been a stay-at-home mom since Emma was born. Mike had insisted. "I make enough for both of us," he'd said. "Focus on the kids." Now I understood. He'd been setting me up, keeping me dependent, making me vulnerable. Day 2 at the motel, I called my friend Jen. We'd been close before Mike started isolating me. "Oh my God, Sarah," she said when I told her. "Come stay with me." But Jen lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. "Just until you figure it out," she offered. I couldn't impose, not with 2 kids. I called my mom, Barbara. We had a complicated relationship. She'd never liked Mike. He's controlling, she'd warned me years ago. I'd defended him, chose him over her advice. Now I had to crawl back. Mom, I need help, I said. Silence on the line. Then, come home, Sarah, bring my grandkids. She lived 2 hours away in a small town called Millbrook. A 2-bedroom house she'd lived in for 30 years. Emma and Noah would share the guest room. I'd sleep on the couch. It wasn't ideal, but it was shelter. We moved in that weekend. Mom hugged the kids, barely looked at me. I told you, she said quietly. Not I told you so, just I told you. It cut deeper. Emma started at a new school, Millbrook Elementary. She hated it. Kids whispered. Somehow they knew. Small towns talk. Mike's family lived nearby. His parents had spread the story, their version. Sarah couldn't handle being a wife, they said. Mike found someone better. Emma came home crying one afternoon. They said Daddy doesn't want us anymore, she sobbed. I held her, told her it wasn't true, but was it? Mike hadn't called, hadn't texted, hadn't asked about his children. I tried to get a job, applied everywhere. Coffee shops, grocery stores, retail, nothing. No recent experience, they said. One manager looked at my resume. 9-year gap, what were you doing? Being a mother, raising children. But that didn't count apparently. Jen called me every day. You need a lawyer, she said. File for divorce, get child support. I looked into it. Consultations cost money I didn't have. Free legal aid had a 6-month waiting list. I was stuck. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. Hello, Sarah. It was Vanessa. Her voice was smooth, confident. I wanted to reach out woman to woman. Mike and I are very happy. I hope you can respect that and move forward. Move forward, I repeated. He threw me and my kids out. Your kids, she corrected. Mike's made it clear he's done with that chapter. He's starting fresh, with me. I hope there's no hard feelings. My blood boiled. Hard feelings? You destroyed my family. She laughed. I didn't destroy anything, honey. It was already broken. Mike was miserable with you. I just gave him an exit. She paused. Oh, and one more thing. Don't try to come back. Don't contact him. If you do, I'll make sure you regret it. I have lawyers. Good ones, you don't. She hung up. I stared at my phone. She'd threatened me. Casually, like it was nothing. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying everything. The way Mike looked at her. The way she touched him. The way she'd threatened me. This wasn't just an affair. This was calculated. Planned. She wanted everything. My husband, my house, my life. I got up, opened my laptop, Googled Vanessa's name, Vanessa Chen. She worked at a law firm downtown, paralegal. She was smart. That made her dangerous. I dug deeper, found her social media, photos of her and Mike everywhere, captions like finally found my forever and starting our beautiful life together. Comments flooded in, friends congratulating them. Nobody mentioned me. Nobody mentioned that he was married, that he had kids. Then I saw something, a comment from a man named Tony Reeves. Congrats, Vanessa. Hope this one works out better than last time. She deleted it, but screenshots live forever. I clicked on Tony's profile, sent him a message. Do you know Vanessa Chen? I asked. He responded in 10 minutes. Unfortunately, yes. Why? She's with my husband, I typed. Then you need to be careful, he wrote back. That woman is poison. We talked for an hour. Tony told me his story. He dated Vanessa 2 years ago. She drained his bank account, taken out credit cards in his name, ruined his credit. By the time he realized, she was gone. He'd filed a police report. Nothing came of it. She was too careful, too smart. She's doing the same thing to Mike, I said. Probably worse, Tony replied. She learns from her mistakes. I thanked him, closed my laptop. My mind was racing. Vanessa wasn't just Mike's mistress. She was a con artist, and Mike had no idea. The next morning, I checked our joint bank account. The one Mike and I had opened when we got married. I hadn't looked at it in weeks. My heart stopped. Balance, $0. $12,000 gone. I clicked on transactions. Vanessa Chen. Vanessa Chen. Vanessa Chen. 50 transfers over 2 months. She drained it systematically. I called the bank. I need to report fraud, I said. The representative checked the account. These transfers were authorized by the primary account holder, Michael Tors. Mike had given her access, let her take everything. I sat on my mom's couch. Emma and Noah were at school. Mom was at work. I was alone, completely alone. No money, no home, no husband. And now I knew the truth. Vanessa wasn't just stealing Mike. She was stealing everything. My phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. Stop digging, Sarah. You won't like what you find, V. She was watching me. Somehow she knew I'd been researching her. I stared at the text. Stop digging, Sarah. You won't like what you find. V, she knew. Somehow she knew I'd talked to Tony. I deleted the message. Then I called Jen. She threatened me, I said. Who, Vanessa? Yes, she knows I'm looking into her past. Jen was quiet for a moment. Good, that means you're getting somewhere. Keep digging. I can't afford a lawyer, Jen. I have nothing. Then we get creative, she said. Meet me tomorrow, I have an idea. The next day I drove to Jen's apartment. She'd printed dozens of pages, articles, court records, social media screenshots. I did some research. Last night, she said. Your girl Vanessa, she's been busy. Jen spread the papers across her coffee table. 3 different men, 3 different cities. Same pattern every time. Vanessa would date them, move in fast, drain their accounts, disappear before they could react. Tony was victim number 1. Then came Marcus Webb in Denver. Then James Liu in Phoenix. Each man lost between $10,000 and $30,000. Why isn't she in jail? I asked. Because she's careful, Jen explained. She gets them to authorize the transfers, makes it look consensual. By the time they realize what happened, she's gone. No evidence of coercion, just bad relationships and poor financial decisions. I looked at the photos. Vanessa with each man, same smile, same pose, same fake love in her eyes. Mike was victim number 4. We need to warn him, I said. Jen shook her head. He won't listen. He's under her spell. We need proof, something undeniable. Like what? Like catching her in the act, Jen said. She's planning something bigger with Mike. I can feel it. We need to figure out what. I went home. Mom was making dinner. Emma was doing homework at the kitchen table. Noah was coloring. Normal life. Except nothing was normal anymore. I kissed the kids, went to my laptop, started searching. Mike owned a software consulting company, Tors Tech Solutions. He'd started it 10 years ago with his business partner, David Chang. The company was worth approximately $2 million. Mike owned 60%. David owned 40%. That was Mike's real asset. Not the house, not the cars, the company. I pulled up the business registration. Mike's name, David's name, no one else. Then I checked recent filings. My stomach dropped. 3 weeks ago, Mike had filed paperwork to add a third partner. Vanessa Chen, 20% ownership. He'd given her 1/5 of his company. I called David. We'd been friendly once, before Mike started pushing everyone away. David, it's Sarah. Sarah, I heard about. Everything, I'm sorry. Did you approve Vanessa Chen as a partner? Silence. Mike said you two had separated, that Vanessa was helping with operations. I didn't think it was my place to question it. She's stealing from him, David. She's done it before, to other men. That's a serious accusation. I have proof, I said. I didn't yet, but I would. Can you meet me? David agreed. We met at a coffee shop near his office. I showed him everything Jen had found. The other victims, the patterns, the court records. He looked sick. Mike won't listen to me, he said. He's completely changed. Vanessa's in his ear constantly. She sits in on meetings now, makes decisions, acts like she owns the place. Because she's planning to, I said. She's going to take everything and disappear. David rubbed his face. What do you need from me? Access, I said, to the company records, financial statements. I need to see what she's doing. He hesitated. That's illegal. I could lose everything. So could Mike, I said. So could you. If she destroys the company, you both go down. David finally nodded. I'll get you in, but you have to be careful. Vanessa's there almost every night. She has keys, security codes, everything. We planned it for Friday night. David would create a reason for the building to be empty. A fake electrical inspection. He'd disable the cameras for 30 minutes. I'd get in, photograph what I needed, get out. Friday came. I told my mom I was meeting a potential employer. She didn't believe me but didn't ask questions. I drove to Tor's Tech Solutions. The building was dark. David texted me. You're clear, 3rd floor, Mike's office. Code is 7291. I parked around back. My hands were shaking. I'd never done anything like this before. Never broken rules, never lied. But Vanessa had taken everything from me. Now I was taking something back. Information. I entered through the back door, used the code. It worked. The building was silent, empty. I took the stairs to the 3rd floor, found Mike's office. The door was unlocked. I went inside. His desk was covered in papers. I started photographing everything. Financial statements, bank transfers, email printouts. Then I found it. A document titled Partnership Buyout Agreement. Vanessa was buying out David's 40%, using company funds. Mike had signed off on it. The transfer was scheduled for next month. She wasn't just stealing from Mike. She was stealing the entire company. Once David was out, she'd control 40%. Mike would have 60%. Then she'd leave him, take her 40%, sell it, disappear with millions. I heard footsteps in the hallway coming closer. I froze. David said the building would be empty. I looked around, no other exit. The footsteps stopped outside the office. The door opened. Vanessa stood there. She didn't look surprised. She smiled. Hello, Sarah. My heart was pounding. What are you doing here? I could ask you the S. Aim thing, she said. She stepped inside, closed the door behind her. Breaking and entering, that's a crime. David let me in. Did he? She pulled out her phone, showed me the screen, security camera footage, of me entering the building. Funny, the cameras were supposed to be off, but I had a feeling someone might try something, so I turned them back on remotely. She'd planned this. She knew I was coming. You can't have those documents, she said, gesturing to my phone. Give me your phone, Sarah. No. She stepped closer. I'm trying to be nice. Give me your phone, delete the photos, walk away, or I call the police right now. You get arrested. Your kids go into foster care while your mom sorts out custody. Is that what you want? I backed up, hit the desk, nowhere to go. Vanessa reached for my phone. I pulled it away. She grabbed my wrist. Hard, her nails dug into my skin. Give it to me. Let go, I said. Make me. I'd never hit anyone in my life, but something snapped. I shoved her. Hard, she stumbled backward, hit the wall. Her expression changed, from smug to furious. She came at me, grabbed my hair. I screamed, swung my arm, hit her shoulder. She let go. We stood there, both breathing hard, both shocked. Then Vanessa laughed. You actually hit me. Perfect. She touched her shoulder. That's assault, Sarah. I have it on camera. She was recording the whole time. Her phone was propped on the bookshelf. Red light blinking, recording everything. You set me up, I said. I gave you a chance to walk away, she said. You made your choice. She picked up her phone, started dialing. Yes, police. I'm at 420 Commerce Street. Someone broke into our office. She attacked me. Please hurry. I ran out of the office, down the stairs, out the back door, got in my car, drove. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely hold the wheel. I'd failed, completely failed. Now Vanessa had evidence against me. Video of me breaking in, video of me shoving her. I was finished. I drove for an hour, just drove, couldn't go home, couldn't face my mom, couldn't face the kids. Finally, I pulled into a gas station parking lot, sat there, started crying. Everything hurt. My wrist where she'd grabbed me, my scalp where she'd pulled my hair, my pride, my hope. My phone rang, Tony Reeves. "Sarah, are you okay? I saw your message earlier." I'd forgotten. I'd texted him before going to the office, told him what I was planning. "It didn't work," I said. "She was waiting for me. She recorded everything. I'm screwed." "Where are you?" I told him. He said he'd come. 20 minutes later, his car pulled up. He was older than I expected. Mid-40s, kind face, tired eyes. He got in my passenger seat. "Show me the photos," he said. I pulled them up on my phone. He scrolled through, stopped on the buyout agreement. "This is it," he said. "This is what we need." "But she has video of me breaking in." "Doesn't matter," Tony said. "You have proof of fraud. She's using Mike's company funds to buy out his partner. That's embezzlement. That's illegal. Her video becomes irrelevant if we expose this first." "How?" "We go public," he said. "Social media, local news. We show everyone who Vanessa Chen really is. We contact Marcus and James, the other victims. We build a case together. Not legal. Social. We destroy her reputation, make her toxic, force Mike to see the truth." "She'll come after me harder." "Probably," Tony admitted. "But you're already in this. Might as well fight back." He was right. I'd crossed a line tonight. There was no going back. I looked at the photos on my phone. Evidence of Vanessa's plan. Evidence of Mike's stupidity. Evidence that could save him or destroy him. Either way, he'd know the truth. "Okay," I said. "Let's do it." Tony and I spent the next 3 hours planning. We contacted Marcus Webb. He was in. James Liu took longer to convince, but finally agreed. 3 victims, 3 stories, all matching, all pointing to Vanessa Chen. We created a website, simple but effective. The truth about Vanessa Chen. Photos, documents, testimonials. Tony wrote most of it. He was good with words. I provided the financial evidence from Mike's office. We scheduled it to go live Monday morning. Then we'd share it everywhere. Tag local news stations. Tag Mike's business associates. Tag everyone in Vanessa's social circle. Make it impossible to ignore. I drove home. It was past midnight. Mom was waiting up. "Where were you?" "Fighting back," I said. She looked at me for a long moment, then nodded. "Good." That weekend, I barely slept. Kept checking my phone, expecting police, expecting Vanessa, expecting something. Nothing came. Maybe she was waiting too, planning her next move. Sunday night, I got a text from David. "Vanessa asked me about Friday, about the cameras. I told her I don't know what she's talking about, but she knows something happened. Be careful." Monday morning, 6 a.m., Tony sent the message. "Site is live, starting the S. Pre-ad now." I watched it happen in real time. Tony shared the link on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, tagged Mike's company page, tagged local business reporters, tagged consumer protection groups. The clicks started immediately. 10 people, 50 people, 100 people. By noon it was everywhere. People were sharing it, commenting. Local news picked it up. Local paralegal accused of fraud by multiple victims. Mike's company phone was ringing nonstop. David texted me. "Mike's losing it. He's calling lawyers. Vanessa's in his office. They're screaming at each other." By evening, the website had 5,000 views. Marcus and James were doing interviews with local news. Tony was scheduled for tomorrow. The story was spreading. My phone rang. Unknown number, I answered. You stupid bitch. It was Vanessa. Her voice was shaking. You think you can destroy me? You think some pathetic website changes anything? It already has, I said. Everyone knows who you are now. Mike still believes me, she said. He thinks you're lying, thinks you're jealous. This changes nothing. Then why are you calling? Silence. Then she hung up. 10 minutes later, my phone rang again. This time it was Mike. I almost didn't answer, but I did. What, Mike? Did you break into my office Friday night? His voice was cold. Vanessa was stealing from you, from your company. I was trying to help. By breaking in, by spreading lies online. They're not lies. Talk to David. Look at the buyout agreement. She's taking 40% of your company, using your own money to do it. Vanessa explained all that. It's a business strategy. You wouldn't understand. I laughed, couldn't help it. A business strategy? Mike, she's done this to 3 other men. She's a con artist. She's going to take everything and disappear. You're delusional, Sarah. Vanessa warned me you'd try something like this. You're just bitter because I moved on, because I'm happy. You're not happy, I said. You're being used. Don't contact me again, he said. My lawyer will be in touch about the break-in and about custody. Vanessa thinks supervised visits might be necessary, given your recent behavior. He hung up. I sat there, stunned. He didn't believe me, even with all the evidence. All the victims, all the proof, he still chose her. That night my phone buzzed. A text from David. Emergency board meeting tomorrow, 9 a.m. Investors want answers about the website, about Vanessa. This might be your chance. I arrived at Tor's Tech Solutions at 8:45 a.m. David met me in the parking lot. The investors are pissed, he said. The website's gone viral. Clients are calling, asking questions. They want Vanessa out. What about Mike? He's defending her, says it's all lies. But the investors don't care. They want answers. You need to be ready to present everything. David led me through the back entrance. We took the service elevator to the conference room. 5 investors sat around the table. Mike was at the head. Vanessa sat beside him, her hand on his arm. When she saw me, her eyes narrowed. What is she doing here? Mike asked. I invited her, David said. She has information the board needs to hear. This is insane, Mike said. She broke into my office. She's harassing us online. She should be arrested, not invited to board meetings. One of the investors, Robert Chen, held up his hand. Mike, sit down. Let's hear what she has to say. Then we'll decide. I pulled out my phone, connected it to the conference room screen. The photos appeared, financial statements, bank transfers, the buyout agreement. Vanessa Chen has been systematically draining Mike's company funds, I started. 3 weeks ago, Mike filed paperwork to make her a partner, 20% ownership. But that's not all. I clicked to the next image, the buyout agreement. She's planning to buy out David's 40% stake. Using company money, Mike signed off on it. Once the transfer goes through next month, she'll control 40%. Then she'll disappear. That's a lie, Vanessa said. Her voice was calm, controlled. The buyout is a legitimate business restructuring. Mike and I discussed it thoroughly. Did you discuss your history? I asked. I clicked to the next slide. Tony's photo, Marcus Webb's photo, James Liu's photo. 3 men, 3 cities, same pattern. You date them, move in, drain their accounts, disappear. Combined, you've stolen over $60,000. The room went silent. Mike was staring at the screen, his face pale. Sarah, where did you get these photos? Tony Reeves, Marcus Webb, James Liu. They all filed police reports, all documented, all public record. Vanessa stood up. This is ridiculous. Those relationships ended badly. That doesn't make me a criminal. Mike, tell them she's lying. Mike looked at her, then at the screen, then at me. Is this real? Every word, I said. Call Tony, call Marcus, call James, they'll tell you themselves. Rob. Ert cleared his throat. Mike, regardless of your personal relationship with Ms. Chen, this is a liability. The publicity alone is damaging our reputation. Clients are pulling out. We need to address this. She's lying, Vanessa repeated, but her voice cracked slightly. Mike, you know me, you know I'd never. How much have you taken? Mike interrupted. He was looking at the financial statements on the screen. From the company accounts, how much? Nothing, Vanessa said. Those are operational expenses, legitimate business costs. David clicked his laptop, pulled up different records. $47,000 in 3 months, transferred to an account under Vanessa Chen's name, labeled as consulting fees, but we have no contracts, no invoices, no documentation. Mike's hands were shaking. Vanessa. She grabbed his arm. Baby, listen to me. This is a setup. Sarah's trying to destroy us. She's jealous. She can't stand seeing you happy. Then explain the other men, Mike said. Explain Tony, explain Marcus, explain James. Bad relationships, she said. That's all. People get bitter when things end. They make accusations. 3 people. Mike pulled his arm away. 3 separate people in 3 different cities, and now Sarah, that's not coincidence. Vanessa's mask slipped. Just for a second, I saw real panic in her eyes. Then it was gone, replaced by cold calculation. Fine, she said. You want the truth? Yes, I dated those men. Yes, I took money. They gave it to me. Willingly, gifts, loans, that's not theft. That's poor judgment on their part. And me, Mike asked. Am I poor judgment too? She didn't answer, just stared at him. The room was completely silent. Then Vanessa grabbed her purse. I don't have to listen to this. Mike, when you come to your senses, call me. Until then, I'm done. She walked toward the door. Mike called after her. The partnership papers. I need you to sign a withdrawal. She stopped, turned around, smiled. No. What? I said no. I'm a legal partner now, 20% owner. You can't force me out, not without buying me out. And that'll cost you at least $400,000 based on current valuation. Robert stood up. Ms. Chen, the board can vote to remove you. Try it, she said. I have lawyers, good ones. This will drag out for years, cost you millions in legal fees, destroy what's left of your reputation, or you can pay me $400,000. I'll sign the papers and disappear, your choice. She left, the door slammed behind her. Mike sat down heavily, put his head in his hands. I'm so stupid. Yes, I said, you are. He looked up at me. Sarah, Don't, I interrupted. Don't apologize, don't explain, just fix this. The investors spent the next hour discussing options. Legal action would take too long, cost too much. Paying Vanessa off would drain the company reserves, but it was the fastest solution. Robert finally made the decision. We pay her, get her out, then we rebuild. Mike nodded. He looked broken, destroyed. Part of me felt satisfied. He deserved this. But another part, the part that had loved him once, felt sad. He'd lost everything. His marriage, his family, his dignity, and for what? A woman who never cared about him. The meeting ended. Everyone filed out. I stayed. Mike stayed. We sat across from each other, finally alone. She was here every night, he said quietly. In my office, in my bed, in my head, I couldn't think straight, couldn't see straight. She made me feel alive, made me feel young, like I mattered. You always mattered, I said. To me, to Emma, to Noah, but you threw that away. I know. He looked at me, really looked at me. How do I fix this? You can't, I said. Not with me, that's over. But you can fix it with your kids, they miss you. They don't understand why you left. I don't know how to face them. You figure it out, I said. Because I'm done carrying you, done making excuses for you. You want a relationship with your children, you earn it. I stood up, walked toward the door. "Sarah," Mike called. I stopped. "Thank you for exposing her, for saving the company. I don't deserve it." "You're right," I said. "You don't." I left, got in my car, drove home. For the first time in months, I felt light. Free. Vanessa was out. Mike knew the truth. The kids were safe. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. That evening, my phone rang. Unknown number again. I almost didn't answer, but I did. "Hello." "You think you won?" Vanessa's voice. Cold, flat. "You think exposing me changes anything, but you're wrong. Mike's paying me $400,000. I'm walking away richer than when I started. So who really won, Sarah?" "You're getting paid to leave," I said. "That's not winning. That's being bought out like the parasite you are." She laughed. "Parasite, that's cute. You know what's funny? Mike still wants me, even after everything. He called me an hour ago, begged me to stay, said he'd fix T said he'd choose me over the company." My stomach dropped. "You're lying." "Am I? Check his call log. 3:47 p.m. 12-minute conversation. He's pathetic, but he's useful. I might string him along a bit longer. See how much more I can get." "Stay away from him." "Or what?" she asked. "You'll expose me again. I'm already exposed. It didn't stop anything. I'm still getting paid. Still winning. And you're still broke. Still living with your mom. Still raising his kids alone. So tell me, Sarah, who's really the loser here?" She hung up. I sat there, hands shaking. She was right about all of it. Mike was still under her spell. She was walking away with $400,000, and I had nothing. No money, no home, no husband, just 2 kids and a broken heart. I called David. Did Mike really call Vanessa? Silence. Then, yes, I told him not to, but he wouldn't listen. He thinks he can convince her to give the money back, to try again. He's insane. He's desperate, David corrected. And desperate men make stupid decisions. Sarah, I need to tell you something. The board voted. We're paying Vanessa the $400,000. But there's a condition. She has to sign a non-compete. Can't go after Mike personally. Can't contact him. Can't come near the company. Will she sign it? For $400,000. Yes. Her lawyer's reviewing the papers now. We're meeting tomorrow to finalize. What about Mike? Mike's taking a leave of absence. The board thinks he needs time, space, to clear his head, to figure out what he wants. What he wants is Vanessa. I know, David said, but maybe without her around, he'll finally see clearly. We hung up. I wanted to believe him, wanted to believe Mike would wake up, but I knew better. Vanessa had her hooks in deep. $400,000 wouldn't change that. That night I couldn't sleep, kept thinking about everything. The money Vanessa was getting, the power she still had, the way Mike still wanted her. I'd exposed her, humiliated her, destroyed her reputation, and she was still winning. Around 2 a.m. my phone buzzed. Text from Tony. "Check this out." A link to a news article. "Paralegal Vanessa Chen faces criminal investigation for fraud." I clicked it. Read fast. Marcus Webb and James Liu had filed a joint lawsuit. Civil suit for fraud and embezzlement. They were going after her legally, not just socially. I called Tony immediately. "Is this real?" "Very real," he said. "Marcus and James hired a lawyer together, found more victims. 5 total now. Combined damages over $200,000. The DA's office is reviewing the case. Might file criminal charges." "When?" "Could be weeks, could be months, but it's happening. Vanessa's going down." I smiled for the first time all day. Does she know? "She will tomorrow when she served papers." I thanked Tony, hung up, laid back down. Maybe Vanessa hadn't won after all. Maybe justice was just slow. The next morning, David called. "Vanessa's here. We're signing the papers, transferring the money. It's done." 2 hours later, he called again. "She's gone, signed everything. Took the money, left, it's over. But it wasn't over. Not for me, because I still had nothing. Mike's company was saved. Vanessa was rich, and I was still broke, still living with my mom, still struggling. That afternoon, I got another call, this time from Robert Chen, the investor. "Sarah, can we talk in person?" We met at the same coffee shop I'd met David. Robert ordered tea. I ordered water. Couldn't afford anything else. "I wanted to thank you," Robert said, "for exposing Vanessa, for saving the company. Without you, we'd have lost everything." "You're welcome." "I also wanted to make you an offer," he continued. "The board's been talking, Mike's stepping back, taking 6 months off. We need someone to manage operations, someone we trust, someone who knows Mike, knows the company. We want to offer you a position." I stared at him. A position. Operations manager. Salary of $75,000. Benefits. Stock options. You'd work directly with David. Help rebuild the company reputation. Help stabilize things. "I haven't worked in 9 years. You just took down a con artist, exposed a fraud scheme, saved a $2 million company. I think you're qualified." My mouth went dry. $75,000. A real job, real money, independence. "Why me?" "Because you fight," Robert said. "You don't give up. That's what we need right now, someone tough, someone smart, someone who won't back down." I thought about Emma, about Noah, about my mom, about the cramped house and the couch I slept on, about the bills I couldn't pay, about the future that had looked so dark. "When do I start?" Robert smiled. "Monday." Monday morning, I walked into Tor's Tech Solutions as an employee. Not a visitor, not Mike's wife. An employee. David met me at the door. "Welcome to the team," he said. He showed me to my office. Small but mine. Desk, a computer, a nameplate. Sarah Tor's operations manager. I sat down, turned on the computer, started working. The company was a mess. Clients had pulled contracts. Employees were nervous. The Vanessa scandal had damaged everything. But I had a plan, transparency, honesty, rebuild trust one client at a time. I spent the first week calling every client personally, explained what happened, apologized, promised change. Most were skeptical, a few hung up, but some listened. One client, a tech startup called Apex Solutions, agreed to a meeting. Their CEO, Linda Park, sat across from me in the conference room. "Why should we trust you?" she asked. "Because I'm the one who exposed the fraud," I said. "I'm the one who saved this company, and I'm the one who'll make sure it never happens again." Linda studied me. "You're Mike's ex-wife, right?" "Yes." "Must be awkward, working at his company." "Mike's on leave," I said. "This isn't his company right now. It's ours, mine and David's, and we're making it right." Linda signed a new contract. 3 months, trial period. It was a start. By the end of the month, I'd brought back 4 clients. Small victories, but victories. Emma and Noah adjusted to the new routine. I found an apartment. Small, 2 bedrooms, but it was ours. Mom helped with the deposit. "I'm proud of you," she said. It was the first time she'd said that in years. We hugged, really hugged. Something shifted between us. The resentment faded. The disappointment disappeared. She saw me fighting, saw me surviving, saw me becoming someone stronger. The kids started at a new school near the apartment, closer to my office. Better district. Emma made friends. Noah stopped crying at night. They asked about Mike sometimes. "When's Daddy coming back?" Noah asked one evening. "I don't know, baby," I said. "He's figuring some things out." "Did we do something wrong?" Emma asked. My heart broke. "No, never. This has nothing to do with you. Daddy made mistakes, grown-up mistakes, but he loves you. He's just lost right now." Mike hadn't contacted the kids in weeks, hadn't asked to see them, hadn't sent money, nothing. David told me Mike was still a mess, still calling Vanessa, still hoping she'd come back, Even after everything, even after the lawsuit, even after losing $400,000, he wanted her. 2 months into my new job, Tony called. Vanessa's been arrested. I almost dropped my phone. What? Criminal charges, wire fraud, embezzlement. The DA built a case using all 5 victims. She's looking at 3 to 5 years if convicted. Where is she? County jail. Bail set at $50,000. She can't make it. All her money's tied up in legal fees and restitution claims. I should have felt satisfied, vindicated, but I just felt empty. Vanessa was in jail. Mike was broken. I was working 70-hour weeks to save a company that wasn't even mine. Where was the victory? That night I drove past Mike's house. Our old house. The lights were off. Driveway empty. I wondered if he was inside, sitting in the dark, thinking about everything he'd lost. Part of me wanted to knock, to check on him, but I didn't. That wasn't my job anymore. 3 months in, the company stabilized. We'd recovered 60% of our lost clients, hired new staff, changed security protocols. Robert called me into his office. "The board wants to make you a permanent partner," he said. Partner? 10% ownership. You've earned it. You saved this company, rebuilt it. You deserve equity. 10% of a $2 million company. $200,000 in value, on paper at least. What about Mike? Mike's ownership drops to 50%. David stays at 40. You get 10. Mike's agreed to it, actually suggested it. Why? Robert shrugged. Maybe he's finally seeing clearly. Maybe he's trying to make amends. Does it matter? It didn't. I signed the papers, became a partner. Emma and Noah celebrated with ice cream. Mom cried happy tears. Jen screamed over the phone. You did it! You actually did it. But something still felt unfinished. Mike, he was still out there, still broken, still alone. The kids deserved better, deserved a father who showed up, who tried. I called him, first time in months. He answered on the 3rd ring. Sarah. Hi, Mike. Silence. Then why are you calling? The kids miss you. They need you. I know you're going through something. I know you're struggling. But they're your children. They deserve better than silence. I don't know how to face them. After everything I did, everything I put them through. You start by showing up, I said. You start by being honest, by saying sorry, by doing better. More silence. Then can I see them this weekend? Saturday, 2 p.m. The park near my apartment, don't be late. Saturday came. I took Emma and Noah to the park. We waited. 2 o'clock passed. 2:15. I started to think he wouldn't show, then I saw him, walking toward us. Thinner thaw. And I remembered, older, tired, but he was there. Emma saw him first. Daddy! She ran to him, threw her arms around him. Noah followed. Mike knelt down, hugged them both, started crying. I'm so sorry, he said. I'm so sorry. I was stupid. I was selfish. I hurt you. I hurt your mom. I'm sorry. Emma was crying too. We missed you, Daddy. I missed you too, baby. So much. I stood back, watched. This wasn't about me. This was theirs, father and children, rebuilding, starting over. After 30 minutes, Mike walked over to me. Thank you for this, for everything, for saving the company, for giving me another chance with them. Don't thank me yet, I said. You have to keep showing up. Every week, be consistent, be present, prove you've changed. I will, I promise. I wanted to believe him, for the kids' sake. What about Vanessa? His face darkened. She's gone, finally. I visited her once in jail. She looked at me like I was nothing, like I'd never mattered. It was the wake-up call I needed. She never loved me, never cared. I was just a mark, another victim. Yes, I said, you were. He nodded, accepted it. I'm seeing a therapist now, trying to figure out why I did what I did, why I threw everything away. It's not an excuse, but I'm trying to understand. Good. The kids need a healthy father, not a broken one. Mike started seeing Emma and Noah every Saturday, then Wednesdays too. He took them to dinner, to movies, to the park. Slowly, carefully, he rebuilt their trust. He wasn't perfect. He missed a Wednesday once, canceled a Saturday because of work, but he apologized, explained, tried harder next time. 6 months after I became partner, the company was thriving. We'd exceeded previous revenue, hired 12 new employees, opened a second office. David and I worked well together. He handled tech. I handled operations. Robert handled investments. It worked. One evening, I was closing up the office. Everyone had left. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something made me answer. Hello. Sarah Torres, a woman's voice, professional, formal. Yes. This is Detective Amanda Rice with the Fraud Division. I'm calling about Vanessa Chen's case. She's accepted a plea deal, 3 years in prison, 2 years probation, restitution to all victims. The judge wants victim impact statements. Would you be willing to provide one? I'm not technically a victim. She didn't steal from me directly. She destroyed your family, attempted to steal from your husband's company. You're absolutely a victim. Your statement could help ensure she serves the full sentence. I thought about it, about Vanessa, about Mike, about everything that had happened. Yes, I'll write a statement. I spent a week on it, described everything. The eviction, the threats, the manipulation, the damage to my children, the trauma they'd experienced, the therapy Emma now needed because of trust issues, the nightmares Noah had about losing his home again. The sentencing hearing was scheduled for December. I attended, sat in the back row. Vanessa was brought in wearing an orange jumpsuit. She looked smaller, defeated. She saw me. Our eyes met. She looked away first. The judge read through the victim statements. Mine, Tony's, Marcus's, James's, 2 other victims I'd never met. 7 people total, all damaged by one woman. The judge looked at Vanessa. Ms. Chen, you've shown a pattern of predatory behavior spanning 5 years. You've destroyed lives, stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars, shown no remorse. I'm accepting the plea agreement. 3 years in state prison, full restitution to all victims, and I'm adding a condition. After release, you're prohibited from entering romantic relationships for profit. Any violation results in immediate parole revocation. Vanessa nodded, said nothing. She was led away. I watched her go, felt nothing. No satisfaction, no anger, just emptiness. It was over, finally over. Christmas came. Emma and Noah spent it with me. Mike joined us for dinner. It was awkward at first, but the kids were happy. That's what mattered. Mike brought gifts, apologized again, told stories about when Emma was born, when Noah took his first steps, remembered things I'd forgotten. It wasn't romantic, wasn't forgiveness, but it was progress. After the kids went to bed, Mike and I sat on the couch. I got the final divorce papers, he said. I'll sign them, no contest, you deserve everything. I don't want everything, I said. I want what's fair for me and the kids. You're getting the house, he said. I'm signing it over, and I'm setting up college funds for Emma and Noah, full tuition, whatever schools they want. I looked at him, really looked at him, he meant it. Thank you. It's the least I can do, after everything. He left around midnight. I sat alone in my apartment, thought about the past year. The eviction, the motel, my mom's couch, the job, the partnership, the victory, the healing. I'd lost Everett. King and rebuilt from nothing, became someone stronger, someone better. My phone buzzed, text from Jen. Proud of you, dinner tomorrow. I smiled, texted back. Yes, my treat. I looked around my apartment, small but mine. My kids asleep in their room. My job waiting tomorrow. My life moving forward, not perfect, not easy, but mine, completely mine. Vanessa had tried to destroy me. Mike had abandoned me. Life had broken me, but I'd survived, thrived. Won, not by revenge, not by anger, but by refusing to stay down, by fighting back, by building something better from the ruins. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, left with nothing, forced to rebuild from scratch, share your story in the comments. You're not alone. We're stronger than they thought, stronger than we knew.